Good afternoon, it's Quant Trade Edge, and I just wanted to show you a couple of things on the crude oil chart that we've been tracking from our previous videos, namely the 2B short, which also coincided with this channel, hitting the top of this channel. So basically, where we left off at the end of 2023, we had this high here. And 1, 2, 3 days later, we get a close above that high. And we had this inside bar, and then we took out that low. So this is what gave us our short bias last week that we caught into here. And today, I know it looks like it's continuation of the downside. We actually had this significant rally to the upside, and then came off and gave it all up. And we hit our target. We'd mentioned that our target would be in this final pocket here, which was 70.14. So I always like to give it a few cents. I used 70.18 as my bid in there. But there was also, so I want to show you, a couple of ways that would have helped you load up on that tail when it looked like we were basically having an up day. And this goes back to the video we posted earlier. Oops, I guess I already had it up here. That showed you how to trade. It said how to trade on Thursday, which is really just the day after EIA. And last week we got the EIA on Thursday, so this is really just 2 trading days after. The EIA, which is the storage information, was this bar right here on the 15-minute chart. So I just like to draw that triangle out, that rectangle out, and know that that is a resistance zone. So today, as we got into that resistance zone, and you could even try something mechanical like halfway through the resistance zone. I wasn't doing that today, but yeah, this first peak hit half, this third peak over here hit 61.8. However you want to do it, if you want to do it mechanically or just watch it and watch for loss of momentum up in there. And you had a very clean stop above the top of this rectangle, about 73, the high 73.80s. And loading up in there, and this entire thing happened from 5 p.m. Sunday night until 8 a.m., which is pit open. As soon as the pit opened, the big boys took over and the real trend asserted itself, which is, from this bar forward, it's basically a straight down move. So that's the way to just stay on top of your market. The 2B takes several days to play out, so there's often a primary play, the first play you get off of it on the daily, and then a secondary play. And this is kind of a secondary play, which on that first play I didn't get much size off before we had the significant sell-off. So I was glad that we got a second attempt here, and that also because then that allowed us to really put on size, having a relatively tight stop, and that's already played out. One other interesting pattern, and I have to caveat this with, I was actually out with my kids all day yesterday and today. I just got back in 15 minutes ago, so a lot of this trading I was doing off of my phone and the little IB charts that you have on there, which I don't recommend for anybody. I don't even recommend it for myself. I couldn't help myself because this was a pattern that I've been tracking for a week now. But basically on this sell-off here, at least on my phone, this looked like a flat flag. And the reason it looked like a flat flag is this is a hoagie here. Put up the hoagie chart, 3-bar hoagie. So basically on the rectangle, this many bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 9-bar hoagie right here. So a hoagie is essentially a flat flag because by definition you didn't exceed this first bar's high. You've been just tracking inside of that. Then you had this breakdown and quick recovery. So this actually gave me a long, and of course I was not by a computer, I was not paying attention, so I just set a target around here, which looked like this congestion zone, also just under the round number of 71, and that was actually a long play on the day. It looks like it went all the way to 71.36. But that was not the eventual low. So, this, now that I'm looking at it here for the first time, this looks like a reasonable ABC up, probably more so on yeah, there you go, like on a 9 or 10 minute. Oops. On the 5 minute, you have a couple of more squiggles, but on a 10 minute, this is a very clean A, B, C up. And then, this, what is that, 27 cents, so $1.08. Didn't quite get there. It's like barely stopped short of 4R if you caught this ABC here. But again, I did not. I was not actually paying attention. I was just happy to grab what I did, not being, not technically on a working day. This looks to me like it wants to put down a third push, so there might be one more push down here on the 15. And yeah, there you go. The 15 had the exact same thing, but the next play I think is looking for a divergence here. We've got this peak with this bottom, this peak with this bottom. If we could put in a lower low, so probably break $70. This is 70.06, so probably break that and make a higher low in the RSI. That'll set up a 3 pushes divergence on the 15 minute. So you always have to remember, keep it to that time frame, because that doesn't mean that the bottom is in. That just means the 15-minute bottom is in, and that could mean that it retraces a little higher and then has a higher time frame take over again. But that's pretty much the next thing I'll be watching for on Crude here. So hope you had a restful holidays and ready to get back into it.